Hello everyone. Welcome to Veda Day 4, Vlog Every Day in August. As you know or don't know, I am participating in that. It's a YouTube thing where vloggers can choose to vlog every day in August. So here I am. And today I'm talking about drama or not. So I wasn't sure which topic I wanted to really address today because there's two really strong topics with me that I wanted to, not really with me, but have come to my attention recently. And so I decided to talk about drama today, and then tomorrow I'll talk about paranoia. So drama or not to drama. I'm sure you know by now, engaging in drama only takes your energy down. And I always talk about where you're vibrating, what kind of energies you're engaging in, and how they're helping you or not helping you. So just know that every energy, every emotion, every situation, every person carries their own distinct vibrations, right? It might be a collection of vibrations, but they all, vibrate at a certain rate. The higher the vibration, the more that somebody would be more open, loving, accepting, observing, less judgmental, more connected to, in my opinion, the light, the divine, God, and the qualities of that energy. The more somebody is a lower vibration, they're going to be more apt to be in those emotions of anger, guilt, shame. And not that those are bad things, I wouldn't say they're great things, but we all experience them from time to time. But I'm talking about people that dwell in that kind of stuff where it makes them have an uglier attitude about life in general. So you're going to deal with a much lower vibration when you're around people that are like that. And no matter what, energies are always trying to match. So if there's somebody with a higher vibration around somebody with a lower vibration, say you have a relationship, you're in a relationship, and somebody in the relationship tends to be more negative, more cynical, more noticing the bad things, or just like a negative attitude where the other person seems to be a little bit more, upbeat and happier. Well, your energies are going to try to merge and match because energies that are different tend to split off. So if they can't find a matching point, then they will break off. That's why when people ask me, should I stay in my relationship? I ask them, well, do you want to stay in your relationship? Because it's really up to you what you want to do, and it's going to be a matter of you matching that energy of that person, okay? But eventually, if your energies are too split, I'm not going to say that you couldn't stay together. It would be very miserable. But what would happen if you did stay together was you'd definitely be matching that person's energy in some way to make that possible. It's, the light and the dark can't exist. Just like a candle in the dark, the flame can't be dark, right? It has to be bright. So the candle light can't be dark. And so it's like the only way they can exist is for them to be what they are, but find a way to exist with each other, even if they're different. So basically, just notice what kind of energies you're around because it's going to make a difference in if you want to get things in your life. So if you want something in your life that will make you really happy, but you're with somebody that brings down the energy a lot, how are you going to be able to maintain the energy to be a conduit or a magnetic attraction to that happiness, to that manifestation that's going to make you so happy? How are you really going to attract that to you when you have something constantly working against that happiness? When there's constantly a lower vibration that's trying to, maybe not trying to do anything, it's just being a lower vibration. It's negative, it's nasty, it's I'm sorry, I'm hearing the word asshole. It's somebody who is like that. Not judging it. If some people like to be like that, that's their choice. But if you want something that's going to make you feel happy and shine and be vibrant and loving and just feel like this beautiful energy, that's a contrast in energy, and the chances of you really getting that are going to be difficult. And if you do, it may not be sustaining, because it depends if you are able to hold that vibration all the time. If you're not able to hold that vibration in order to keep that vibration, then you'll lose it. Now, say, okay, well, I'm going to hold this vibration regardless of the people around me. Okay, that's a good thing. You could try to do that. But it's going to be a constant thing for you to have to clear not being connected to that lower vibration that's with you, because as long as you're near that person, in the same house with that person, or working next to that person, you spend a significant amount of time around this person, that energy is naturally going to lower your energy. No matter what, no matter how much you try to keep your energy high, there's going to be a force of a lower energy with you. So you have to think about, okay, this person's more important than me having this happiness I want? Or am I more important and the happiness I want more important than being with this person? So you really have to look at things like that. It's really important. So that's one thing. So I wanted to talk about drama or not. And I want you to realize that triggers are our friends, because it tells us if we have a trigger, if something triggers us, that there's some vibration in us that's out of alignment with what we want. It's out of alignment because it's triggering us, okay? And so if something doesn't, there could be something that would have triggered you a long time ago where now it won't trigger you. So I'll give you an example. About 20 years ago, I used to teach these psychic development classes. And I had, probably, 20 people in this class, and they would come every Saturday, and it would be a whole Saturday class. And it went on for, there's 5 levels, so 5 weeks of 5 levels, so a good amount of time. And these classes were awesome. So there was, at one point, I did many of these different classes, but there was one point where there was a guy in the class who, he was a police officer, and really kind of on the fun side, he really liked the healing stuff, and he was always about making sure he didn't have attachments, he didn't want entities and things like that. Well, who does? But that was like one of his things. And then there was this other woman that happened to be in that class. Now, these people took a lot of different classes with me over the years, but in this class, they happened to be in the same class. And this woman was a little bit off. And she was well known at the center. She used to come to the center a lot and work with different practitioners. I was working out of a healing center at the time. And so then, she found out about my classes and started joining my classes. Fine, my classes, even if we're talking about being more intuitive or learning how to communicate with deceased people, or healing classes or meditation classes or manifesting classes, it's really all about your own self-development, right? To be happier, to learn about yourself more. In fact, I help you understand yourself more so that you can live a life at a much higher level of getting what you want, feeling like you want to feel, and attaining the levels of life that you really want. That's what my work's about. That's what I do when I work with my clients, whether it's doing some sort of mentoring or teaching or healing or spiritual journeys. It's all about helping people through their different points in life, breaking points, turning points, freedom points. There's always guidance that can help people get to the next level. Sometimes you have these ideas of what you want, but you need help to get to those levels, knowing what to do, the clarity and confidence that it takes to clear the decks with what you're doing and taking the steps you need to get what you want. So I help people do that. So regardless of what kind of class it is, that's what we're doing, okay? So going back to this guy and this man and this woman, so she had a crush on this guy, on this police officer, and he wanted nothing to do with her. And, you know, she would every so often try to like hug him or something, and he would like try to run away or what, not like run, but kind of like he was like into like doing martial arts stuff, so he would do a roll away or whatever, but it was annoying to him. And then one time, you know, I'm just telling a quick version of this story. One time she said that, you know, he said he had been feeling a lot of cords during the week at work, and that he was, you know, always cutting these cords. And so I don't know if you guys know what cords are, but they're energetic connections that you have to other people, situations, and even past lives or, you know, other lifetimes, dimensions that you can get for different reasons. But anyway, he was feeling a lot of connections or attachments from someone. And so she announced that she had been sending him cords all week. And it was like, well, you don't do that. Like, why would you, you know, that's not a nice thing to do. You don't send your energy to someone else and cord them. And so, you know, it was like weird because she was already in advanced levels, and you just don't do that. So that was, you know, whatever, that was that. And then the next week, she's really mad because this guy is just not responding to her. He doesn't want her hugging her or liking her or anything. He doesn't want that. And so she got really pissed off. And the next time she came to class, she tells me, I made a voodoo doll on him, and I've been doing this voodoo doll on him because, you know, he doesn't like me, and, you know, he's going to pay for how he's treating me and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, okay, this is where I tell you, you can't come to class anymore. I can't let somebody stay in a class that is doing voodoo dolls on other people in the class. That's wrong. And on top of it, she's telling me, so it's like, you know, I can't let her stay in the class. So she had done a lot of other things just personally with me, like giving me lots of gifts and stuff. And I had, you know, gathered all that stuff because it was like, you know, when somebody gives you too much, it's just like, that gets a little weird. So I gave her all that stuff back, and I was just like, you know, it wasn't mean, or it was just like, you know, you can't come to the classes anymore because, you know, you can't do voodoo dolls on people and all this stuff. So anyway, life goes on. Of course, she tries to retaliate energetically and stuff, and so that's another story, whatever. This is 20 years ago, okay? 20 years ago. So recently, I forgot, you know, I never forget her, of course, but I didn't even remember her last name. It's been so long. I don't really think about her. I mean, once in a while she pops in my head, but whatever. That was a long time ago. So recently, she had sent a letter to the center that I used to teach at, and, you know, was writing about me and how she was mad at me and things I did that she didn't agree with, and on and on and on and on. So the lady from the center sent it to Homer, who, if you watch my vlogs from my spiritual journeys and a lot of my trips, you'll see Homer there with me. He wears the feathers. So he works from the center still, and so she forwarded the email to him and said, you know, Cindy should know about this, blah, blah, blah. So Homer calls me, and he's like, so-and-so sent this letter, and I'll send it to you. And I'm going, you know what? I don't want to see that letter. What's the overall gist of it? What is she saying, and what does she want? And so, you know, he kind of just went over what I told you. And I said, what does she want? And it really wasn't anything other than she was just really complaining about me and stuff. So I'm like, I don't want to see the letter. And it doesn't matter to me because everything she's saying is a lie. Like, everything she said was so ridiculous. It was nothing, no things that I did and no ways that I teach. So, and if anything, it was like her talking about herself. The way she was acting was what she was really describing in that letter. So to me, it was just like water off a duck's back. I didn't want to see it because, number one, that just like reinforces that energy. And I didn't care to engage in that. Number two, none of it was true. And number 3, besides that it was ridiculous. Number 2, it wasn't true and it was ridiculous. And number 3, it doesn't matter. It's like from 20 years ago, and this is not going to affect my life now. And there's nothing useful for me to, deal with this situation. And Homer was saying that the woman at the center was saying, this is slander. Cindy could go after her for slander. And I'm like, I have no interest in dealing with this woman's not stable, obviously. And I just have no interest in putting my energy there. So it doesn't affect me. So this is my point of the drama. When something triggers you, you know that something's still there that you need to work on. When something doesn't trigger you anymore, it's just like, whatever. Anybody can say anything about anyone. It doesn't make it true, right? I had a client recently that was saying their boss was saying this stuff about him. And I said, it's not true, so why are you claiming that? Why are you don't even have to get upset about that, and you don't even have to engage with her in that way that it's true. You just tell her, actually, what you're saying is not true. I didn't do that, and I'm not going to take that on myself because you're saying it's true. I'm not taking that on because it's not true. I didn't do that. So that's where you have to get. When somebody accuses you of something or somebody's bringing drama to you, is like, number 1, the minute you engage, and you start matching that energy, and then you're just in that vibration as much as anybody else is. But if it truly doesn't matter, don't even bother engaging in it, because what's the point? It's just going to bring you down. You're meditating, you're keeping your energy clean, you're putting up your sparkly aura, you're doing all this great stuff. So you're going to let some idiot come in here and try to mess that up? Because I will say that the more that you vibrate in the light and the more you get it together with your vibration and what you need to do and your energy, and you're thinking really well, and you've got the clarity and the strength to keep sustaining a good vibration, these things are going to come out of left field to try to knock you up, knock you down, knock you out of it. And I'm not going to go into why, because I just don't want to engage in that energy. But so when it does come, it's like that curveball that you didn't expect. You have the choice to say, this is worth my energy and my vibration, or it's not. And like I said, people can say anything they want. Like, this woman wrote stuff in that letter. All of it was bullshit. Honestly, it was just all a bunch of lies. And I'm just like, oh yeah, that sounds like me. Oh yeah, I always do that. Oh yeah, I definitely did that. Like, it was just like stupid. It was so stupid. So just because someone says something doesn't mean it's true. And you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to put yourself in that position where you need to, prove that it wasn't true because someone said it. No, you don't. It's not true. You're ridiculous. I'm not even going to engage in that. So pick and choose. Pick and choose your battles. Pick and choose your dramas. I always say, if it's drama-based anyway, don't get involved with it. Even if it was something that maybe might be partially true. How can you deal with it without getting into the drama of it? Because when somebody brings drama, it's because they don't feel good. It's because they feel insignificant. To be honest with this person, what I was getting was she wanted attention. She wanted the attention from me. She wanted the attention from this woman at the center. She wanted to kick up the dust to get attention from us because for whatever reason she wanted it. Well, she's not getting my attention. And I don't think she's getting the attention from the lady at the center either. But it's like somebody who kicks up drama is trying to get love, is trying to get attention, is trying to in some way prove that they're worthy of something that they feel they're unworthy of. That's really it. Because anybody that tries to knock you down or make you look bad or put you in a bad light, for some reason they want to look better. They want to look more significant. They want to have attention to them, like, oh, you are, this whatever kind of person, victim, oh poor you, or you deserve this, or wow, you're wonderful, they're so lousy. It's not ever going to come from a good place if somebody is bringing you drama. So if you realize that from the beginning, that they are the ones that are having some kind of worthiness issue or need some kind of validation for themselves that, you know, they didn't do something wrong, or whatever, they'll bring it up and try to get that. I mean, she did a voodoo doll on somebody. Okay, like I would have been totally stupid. I mean, negligent. I couldn't do that to my students, leave someone in my class that's doing a voodoo doll on a student. Okay? So there's nothing she can say that would be like, that's okay that she did that. It's funny how somehow she must have forgot all that stuff. So anyone that brings drama, it's because they have a reason to feel unworthy or insignificant or unloved, and they're trying to get attention, to get that in some way. And even if it's negative attention, it's attention. For some reason, they want the attention. So either you can give them the attention by engaging in the drama, or you can say, I'm not going to give the attention to that because it's not worth my time or my energy. And to be honest, when I heard that whole thing, it was so stupid that I was like, that is so dumb. And just whatever. It didn't affect me. It did not affect me whatsoever. I just feel like, you know, she really just needs to get a life. It's pretty sad that she is doing this at this time, this many years later, and whatever. I don't really care. So when something doesn't trigger you, you know that it's not affecting you, that you've moved through it, moved past it, are done with it. If something does trigger you though, like if somebody sent that and then I just got so raving mad, like, that's not true, she's not gonna do that, I'm gonna get her for slander, like, what is my problem that I would be so upset that I would need to do that? Because that is such a waste of my awesome vibration that I don't care about wasting. And I am so I don't want to say stingy, but it's like I tend to always take care of everybody and be there and help and hold energy for everyone. And I'm so done with that because I feel like I don't get in return everything that I've given. And I'm not sitting here trying to make a balance sheet over it. But you notice in your energy, you notice in how you feel. And to stay healthy, you need to have a healthy balance. So I'm really picky, not stingy. I'm picky about who I hold energy for, what I put energy towards, and what I spend my time thinking about and doing. I'm super picky about it. I'm not here to save everybody. I'm not here to make everybody feel better. If somebody has issues that they want to work on, they can come and work with me and have sessions with me, and I'll help them through it, and we can have an awesome, amazing experience. But, you know, when people don't want to play the give and take and, you know, participate it in a way that it's in a healthy way, then I'm not here to just do everything for everyone. I'm only one person. So I like to work with people that actually want to move through their biggest issues or make a turning point that's going to be life-changing in amazing ways. Help people to really get in deep, to know what their destiny is, and then to walk in that destiny and live their life in their best possible way. That's why I love doing my spiritual journeys. That's like number one, because I can see people go through such huge transformations through these spiritual journeys. Whether we're in Egypt, Peru, Bimini, we're going to Mount Shasta at the end of this month, Hawaii in October, India in February. So every place that I take people, we're working with the energies in specific places to help us with specific kinds of changes. It's not just like, oh, I'm just traveling to these places because they're awesome. No, there's different healing energies in different places you go to, and that's my thing. That's my genius, is working with energy. And if you've watched enough of my videos, you'd know that. working with energy and helping people to shift in these deep, amazing ways. Like we work with the sacred energies, we work with ceremonies, we get in deep. And it's when you can get out of your paradigm, out of your everyday life, and do something that's completely different, in completely different energy, that you can really shift and find these things inside of you that you would otherwise not find. So that's why I love doing these spiritual journeys, because they're so deeply shifting and people just start shining in their lives. They transform into these amazing people that it's in them, but they didn't know how to get to it and how to work with it. So that's what I like to help people with. And if you're interested in working with me in that way, click on my website below and look at the travel link. I have a great deal for Hawaii for October. That's like a super great deal, actually. And India is just going to be amazing if you wanted to do a big trip. So anyway, that's it for today. Tomorrow I'm thinking I'm going to talk about paranoia, because that is such a big topic and it can really mess you up. So anyway, let's just stick with the drama tonight. And I want you to go out there and shine your sparkly aura. We talked about that in the last few days, day 2 and 3, I believe. And putting that diamond light around you and intentionally sparkly, bright light, and being out around people in that energy and seeing how it changes how people react to you and the opportunities that come to you. It makes a big difference. And somebody had commented yesterday, I think, on the video. By the way, if you're attending these video lives, any of the comments you make do not transfer to the recorded version on YouTube. So if there's something that you want me to see, please go back to the video and comment when it's loaded, because I won't see your comments. I see them flash on the screen a little bit when I'm talking, but it's so fast that I miss some of them. And I can see that there are people watching live, but I can't see who. So anyway, she had written this comment saying that she did that with her aura, and she noticed how everybody was treating her different. It was like completely different. She said even her cat treated her different. I had to laugh. So when you set your energy up intentionally to say, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to shine these vibrant, sparkly diamond, vibrant light, and I'm just going to be this energy force in my world today. I'm going to walk around. You don't even have to say like, oh, I'm going to send love, I'm going to do this. You could, but if you just say, I'm just going to beam this beautiful diamond bright light, like the sun hitting a diamond and all these rainbow colors just sparkling off, and I'm just going to be that presence in my world today. It feels good just thinking about it. Your whole day will go different, because everybody's going to pick up on that, and they're just going to think, wow, they won't know why, but they're going to love being around you. And so be that force, be that positive force in the world. How are you showing up in the world every day? Are you a productive, positive, bright light for the world? And like I said, the brighter you shine, the more the universe sees you. And when the universe sees you in that bright light, the more you seem to attract miracles, blessings, and so much goodness. So it's worth it. Just think about it before you go about your day in the morning, and you'll notice your day goes different. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me for Veda Vlog Every Day in August, day 4. And I will see you guys all tomorrow. Peace out. Have a great night. Oh, I always forget to say it because it's not the only thing on my mind. Please remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and click on that bell. That is the notification bell that will let you know when I go live or post new videos. And so you have a reminder in case you forget. And please like this video if you like it, and share a comment, and that just helps YouTube to pass my video around a little bit more. Plus, I like to interact with you, so Let me know who you are, who's watching. I see I get, a lot of views, but I don't know who's watching. I'd love to say hi to you. So say hi in the comments, even if it's a hi. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day and night.